Rumors about aliens either show up in the world's unsolved mysteries, which we've analyzed before, and found unreliable. They appear in some so-called personal accounts or diaries used for marketing and promotion. And those are even more damn unbelievable. Think about it. Who among normal people actually keeps a diary? Who can really write their innermost thoughts in a diary? If you write it down, can it still be called your innermost thoughts? Pathetic. Some people have even categorized human contact with aliens into different levels. From 0-level contact all the way up to 9th-level contact, it just gets more and more absurd. 0-level contact is seeing aliens from a distance. 1st-level contact is seeing them up close. 2nd-level contact is actually touching an alien, and so on. By the time you get to 7th-level contact, it means humans and aliens are getting intimate. You have to realize, we don't even know if aliens are carbon-based, and the differences between their bodies and ours might be as great as those between humans and Bengal monitor lizards. Are we supposed to believe aliens have their own unique kinks too? So what? Advanced interstellar communication always ends up using the most primitive methods. And besides, an alien travels billions of miles across galaxies to Earth just to get intimate with humans? How is this any different from those bizarre, sci-fi, erotic morality tales the old men used to tell at the village entrance when I was a kid? As for why humanity still hasn't clearly discovered aliens, we've mentioned the Great Filter theory more than once in previous videos. Any event that can prevent a civilization from evolving to a higher level can be called a great filter. Your civilization has just started to develop, and then a meteorite impact happens, boom, civilization is wiped out. You start all over again, and then a stellar helium flash occurs, boom, civilization is wiped out again. Nuclear war, plagues, meteorites, helium flashes, gamma ray bursts, all of these are filters. So even if there are aliens, there probably aren't many that can break through all these filters and develop into interstellar civilizations. And even if such an advanced interstellar civilization exists, from their perspective, if humanity hasn't survived a couple of gamma ray bursts, at best, we're just some backwater solar system bumpkins, nowhere near the standard for making contact. Maybe they've already quietly visited Earth several times. The first time they saw trilobites skimming across the water. The second time they saw dinosaurs baring their teeth. They didn't find any important minerals or signs of civilization, so they just made a simple record and left. Another reason is that our location in the Milky Way is just too remote. The solar system is located on the inner edge of the Orion Arm, basically like a remote mountain village hidden deep in the mountains. Even if advanced civilizations built highways, they wouldn't reach our doorstep. So, as a country bumpkin who only knows how to boil water, dreaming of meeting a fair-skinned, beautiful, long-legged city girl is naturally just wishful thinking. But as the saying goes, if the mountain won't come to me, then I'll go to the mountain. If aliens don't come looking for us, we can always take the initiative to summon them. In recent years, humanity has sent a huge amount of electromagnetic information into the universe, which is basically like broadcasting to the entire cosmos, "Hey brothers, come and get me." But to be honest, if we really want to attract aliens, we need to have something that would actually interest them. For example, if your next door neighbor tells you that their Wi-Fi is super fast and smooth with no lag at all, you'd definitely be interested in trying it out at their place. But if he tells you that his dog can do backflips or something like that, it probably wouldn't interest you at all. So, what is there on Earth that would actually interest aliens? You have to realize, even within a single species on a planet, preferences are incredibly diverse in people, like Zhang Fei, some like Yi Fei, some are into married women, and some like giant lizards. And since aliens have bodies that are vastly different from ours, the things they're interested in are naturally not the same as what we like. If we're talking about resources, everything Earth has can be found in space. If we're talking about technology, they're already an interstellar civilization. Their technology must be far beyond ours. Even Einstein, by their standards, would only be considered at a prenatal education level. So, all our so-called treasures and gadgets probably wouldn't interest them at all. After thinking it over, the only thing they might actually be interested in is us humans ourselves. That's not to say we have any great research value. It's also possible that, just like playing a game, they simply come here to collect a kind of biological encyclopedia. Even if we have something that interests aliens, how to send that information out is still a problem. Right now, when we send messages into the universe, we use electromagnetic waves. There's nothing we can do limited by our technology. Quantum entanglement can't transmit information. In this lifetime, we won't use quantum entanglement for that. And since we can't use gravitational waves, we're left with electromagnetic waves. But anyone with a basic understanding of high school physics knows that electromagnetic waves diffract as they travel, causing them to gradually spread out and making it impossible for them to carry programmable information. So there's another method, using directed laser emission. Lasers don't spread out and can travel much farther, but they also have a drawback: they can only be sent in one direction. Unless we know the exact location of the aliens, it would just be aimless shooting in the dark. If the laser doesn't reach the aliens, it's all for nothing. The final issue we need to solve is whether the information we send out can actually be understood by the aliens. Otherwise, if there's a language barrier, you might want to surprise the alien overlord, but the alien overlord would have to ask you to translate what the hell a surprise even is. Galileo once said that mathematics is the language with which God wrote the universe. Our technological development might be completely different from that of aliens, but the mathematical and physical laws of the universe are always the same. For example, a hydrogen atom's nucleus contains one proton, so you can use 1 to represent hydrogen. A helium atom's nucleus contains 2 protons, so you can use 2 to represent helium, and so on, thereby describing everything in the world. So if you tell an alien that you did something for 3 seconds, you can't say the second hand moved 3 ticks because they have no idea what a second hand is. You should say that you did something for duration equal to 27,478,953, 130 times the radiation period corresponding to the transition between the 2 hyperfine structure energy levels of the ground state of a cesium-133 atom. That way, they would understand. On the one hand, humans are always tirelessly searching for extraterrestrials, while on the other hand, they're constantly worried about aliens invading Earth, stirring up trouble while also being afraid of it. It's like talking a lot but not being tough enough. And if one day aliens really do come to Earth, chances are the aliens will be the butchers and humans will be the meat on the chopping block. So I say, we should spend more time studying world maps, so that when the alien overlords arrive, at least we'll know how to show them the way.